you guys doing? I'm Jazurina Crossing and welcome into another summary video for you guys. This has been about 2 weeks in the making and I'm just getting around to voice recording it now, so I hope that you guys are excited for this. Our main topic of discussion today is 10 tropical games to play this summer. If you're like me, you like to play games in certain seasons to get yourself excited for that season, to feel those vibes, or to just really get yourself immersed in the game. I do this a lot. The 10 games we'll be discussing today are Animal Crossing: New Horizons, Alba: A Wildlife Adventure, Sims 2 Castaway, Kirby: The Forgotten Land, Pokémon Snap, Happy Home Paradise, Stranded Deep, Nintendo Switch Sports, Super Mario Sunshine, and The Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker. Let's just get straight into this. Our first stop on our voyage is a game called Animal Crossing: New Horizons, my favorite. It's time to board the seaplane. This game, the 5th installment in the series, takes place on a deserted island. You board a seaplane with 2 little raccoons named Timmy and Tommy and set sail, or set air, to a deserted island. Tom, their uncle, awaits you and 2 other animals to start your tropical adventure. You then have to shape this once deserted island into your dream island. You can help animals move to your island, decorate, do island representative things, terraform, and craft a lot. But the game isn't just about shaping the island into something beautiful, it's about having fun, making friends, and making beautiful memories. In the summer, the best time to play in my opinion, you can catch tropical bugs and fish, do some summer events, swim, and have some tropical weather. All year round, you can make friends with your villagers on the island and even ones from other locations. You can also dig up some fossils, catch some bugs and fish, do some shopping, decorate, go on island tours, and just have fun. Some summer mini games are also on the horizons. You can do some deep sea diving, you squeeze into your fancy swimwear and dive deep into the ocean water and try and catch some underwater creatures. There's even a maze island that is run by Tom Nook called the May Day Tour. If you couldn't already tell, the island comes around every May and it's a super fun-filled way to start your summer. And of course, we can't forget the summer bug hunt and fishing tourney. Flick runs the bug tourney and CG runs the fishing tourney. They're always a guaranteed good time, both by yourself and with friends. There's so much to do, so much to explore, and a lot of tropical vibes to take in. I hope that you enjoy your life on your island, whoever you are, whoever you may be, with your villagers and with your friends, and I hope you enjoy every single season together. Next up, Piner Del Mar. The video game Alba: A Wildlife Adventure is a tropical indie game where you play as a young girl named Alba who visits Piner Del Mar every summer to hang out with her abuela and abuelo. The main gimmick of the game is that you can take pictures of wildlife and learn just a little bit more about them. But this is a small portion of all the cool things that you can do in this game. To be completely honest, this game is probably one of my favorite games to play during the summer. Yes, I know I just said games a lot. The main objective in this charming little game is to help stop the fancy hotel from taking over the nature reserve, but it's a lot harder than it seems. Besides hanging out with your friend Inez and your grandparents, and of course, walking around Piner Del Mar and taking in all the tropical weather, you have to help animals along the way, complete side quests, help out the locals, and slowly get signatures to revamp the nature reserve. Oh, and did I mention that you can pick up trash as well? There's a bunch of trash cans and of course little recycling bags that you can have that you can pick up trash all around the island, which I of course love helping nature and helping animals, so I just think it's a really cute thing to have in the game. Almost every single thing is broken. There are no animal feeders and the place isn't very inviting. But with the help of you and your friend Inez, I think that it just might get saved. With only having a week's time to save the nature reserve, I hope that you enjoyed this cute little indie game despite it being very short. I hope you enjoy it. Happy Home Paradise, the DLC to AC&H, feels like an entirely new game, which I wish it was. So let's land our seaplane at the dock and explore. The main goal is to help a cute pink otter named Lottie decorate animals' dream homes. You work at a small facility on the island called Paradise Planning with a monkey named Nico and a walrus named Wardell. They both have some pretty neat jobs. Nico helps you with getting you to the housing areas, Wardell sells you tropical furniture and items, and I think he's a therapist too. And Lottie helps you plan out the dream location and decorating a customer has in mind. She is probably the cutest planner there is. Although the main focus of the game is to decorate animal homes and facilities, it also has some other great qualities. For me, I just like to explore the island before me. Just really take it all in. I know I've said it a lot, but with this DLC especially, it just has a really calming and nice ambience. But anywho, I'm getting sidetracked. If you have some of the facilities built, you can go in and interact with the villagers. The villager interactions are very unique and impact the gameplay a lot. For example, if you go into the cafe, you can actually buy some of the items there. So you can buy some food, some drinks, and just stuff to eat on the island. And of course, decorating villagers' dream homes is always a fun thing, whether you're finding the villager on this island or going back to your own island with some souvenir chocolates and moving in some villagers from your island onto this to make their dream vacation home. I think that's just a really unique gimmick to have in the game. They did have a separate game called Happy Home Paradise back when Animal Crossing New Leaf was out, and I love it. And there are a lot of really neat areas to explore. Just taking in the nice scenery on some benches gives you a really neat perspective of the island. There are the ruins areas, walking in the little village, and of course going inside the facilities as well. There are a million items that you can place around, there's a million ways that you can redecorate the outside, and of course there's a million plants, trees, and shrubs that you can plant all around the buildings. I hope that you enjoy your time on the island planning out people's dream vacation homes in various locations and create facilities that'll make island life easier. Next on the list, Super Mario Sunshine! Woohoo! Okay, maybe I have to work on that a little bit more. Let's hop on the Peach's private jet. You play as Mario as you're setting off on an adventure to Isle Delfino. When you arrive, you're greeted with a not-so-pleasant welcome. There is, in Toad's description,
"What's this icky paint-like goop?"
This once beautiful paradise has now been destroyed. A villain who much resembles Mario drenched the island in graffiti and paint and stole all the shine sprites which bring this tropical paradise to life. When the locals find Mario on the island, the Piano police immediately arrest Mario for his supposed vandalism. Mario now has to go around Isle Delfino with his new companion Flood, or also known as Flash Liquidizer Ultra Dousing Device. Whew! Flood can attach to Mario's back and much resembles the shape of a vacuum. His job is to squirt water from the nozzle to clean up all the graffiti, and there's many different modes on Flood too. Now, although the main goal in the game is to clean up the graffiti, there is a lot more to do. Obviously you're set on Isle Delfino, which is one of the most unique and extremely tropical islands compared to most islands in video games. And Isle Delfino isn't just what you see in the beginning of the game, there are a bunch of unique locations for Mario to explore. Firstly, we have Bianco Hills, a beautiful windmill village that has a lot of personality. You first enter by sliding down a cobblestone path to reach a village. Then that's when the magic starts. The little objectives that's used throughout every town in Isle Delfino is to collect 8 red coins. We also have Gelato Beach, which has so much personality. The sand is pink and soft, the sky is cloudless and blue, and the water is crystal clear. And believe it or not, both Gelato Beach and Peanut Park are the only ones with no goop. Gelato Beach is also the resting place for the Sandbird egg, which is located on the inside of the Shine Sprite Tower. All the Pianas and Nokis love it there. And of course, we can't forget Serena Beach. Serena Beach is another tropical beach on Isle Delfino. On the beach is a very well-known 4-star hotel and a very serene tropical resort. Here, like all the other locations, you have to restore the area and make it beautiful once again. And the most beautiful part of Serena Beach, in my opinion, the sunset. With people to meet, bosses to beat, and mini-games to complete, I'm sure that you'll find a lot to do on all 7 levels. I hope that you and your newfound companion Flood can clean up all the icky paint-like goop, collect all the shine sprites, and restore this beautiful Isle Delfino back to its tropical self. Pokémon Snap, believe it or not, is a very summery game in my opinion. Much like Alba, you have to snap pictures of wild animals, in this case, Pokemon. You start off at Professor Mira's lab where you start your research. So let's hop onto our little hovercraft and explore. Is anyone getting just a little bit of jet lag? They send you off to your first location, Florio Nature Park, where Pokemon run wild and explore. Like the first game on the N64, you're on a track that the hovercraft takes you on, so you only have so much time to take pictures, which is the true beauty of this game in my opinion. And to be honest, I wrote the script way before I started playing this game. I had watched a couple of videos on it, but I've never played it myself. When I started playing it, I realized just how charming this game is. I love the fact that you only have so much time to take pictures and only 72 chances to take the photos. I just absolutely love this game, and honestly, I was like squealing when I was playing it. And also, I'm not like a huge Pokemon fan, so I don't really know much of the Pokemon names, but just to give you guys a little bit of a fun and fond memory that I was having playing this game, I was playing one of the jungle levels, the first level of the jungle level, and I was looking at a Pokemon, and right when I turned back the camera, there was this weird butterfly with a long nose just staring in my face, and I just remember that memory so clearly, and I just love it. It's a great game. But I'm getting sidetracked yet again. You can never take a picture of every Pokemon on the first go-around, or even the second or third. I feel like new Pokemon Snap really is a feature that a lot of companies couldn't capture: replay. Even if you played a level 5 times, you still have some things you'd miss. Pokemon are behaving differently, are in a different location, are even there, and some Pokemon may just show up. There are so many various locations to explore in both night and day setting, and a lot of amazing replay value. When you're finished with each level, you bring the photos to Professor Mirror and assess each photo to find the best looking photos. They are ranked in a 1 to 4 star ranking. There are many different modes that you can access when you go to the lab. There's an internet option which you can use to upload pictures that you've taken in your research area. There is an area where you can just look at your Pokedex. There is a map which you can look at all the Pokemon en route. There are so many different modes that you can choose from. There are obviously settings 1, 2, 3, and 4 for your control settings so that you can move the camera around easier. I really love all the modes on this game, and I think especially for a shorter game, this game definitely needs it. If you're a player who likes to move around the camera very fast to take pictures of Pokemon like me, then you're in luck. If you're a player who just wants to catch certain pictures of Pokemon, there's a setting just for you. And like I said, I think for a shorter game especially, this game just really needs it, and I like all the customization that they added. I hope that with all the features that this game has to offer, that you have a lot of fun exploring the summery land and researching lots of cute Pokemon. The next game on the list, The Legend of Zelda Windmaker. You set sail to Outset Island where Link lives with his grandmother and little sister Arwell. The game in the beginning portion seems very calming and peaceful, and it is. You get to walk around the very tropical island of Outset Island, which is 2 islands linked together by a bridge. Yes, that was a little pun. You can hang out with your sister on the lookout post, you can pretend to be a cool hero, play, and just explore. But the game takes a little turn. This once peaceful island has now been disturbed after Arwell gets kidnapped right after Link's 12th birthday. You then set out on a quest on the ocean to try and find your sister. But you're not alone on this quest. You meet many of allies along your journey across the ocean blues. A pirate named Tetra along with their crewmates, and a talking boat. They all help aid the young boy Link to find his sister and defeat Ganon, the villain who kidnapped her, and Tetra. Well, at least for Tetra, she got spit out on Outset Island, so, you know. This game, personally, I haven't played too much, although I really want to play this over the summer because it looks like a really cute game. But from what I've heard, it is a very fun game to play, especially during the summer. It just has a lot of tropical vibes, and I hope that you'll play it yourself. Link sails across the sea exploring some dangerous and not so dangerous tropical islands and even dungeons to gain the true power he needs to be a hero to save his sister. And even though his first mission to the dungeon did not go as planned, he still has tried again and again to try and save his sister. I feel like both this game and Breath of the Wild are probably my 2 favorite Zelda games. Even though I've only played a little bit of this game, it just has a very nice vibe to it, especially with the pirate theme. I love it. I think that's so good. Will you and your newfound friends be able to save Arwell and bring both her and yourself back to your grandmother? Or will you not be able to save her even with the help you've been given? I hope that you enjoyed this very, very, very summery game and make a lot of very fond memories. Let's sail on over to Nintendo Switch Sports, a newer game to have come out and the sequel to Wii Sports. Switch Sports gives me some major summer vibes. You have 6 sports to play in this game and a lot of things to collect. And to me, most of the sports seem quite summery. Some of the more recent collectibles have been giving me some tropical vibes too, like the summer card, ice cream, relaxation, and most of the sporty collections are very, very, very summery. And although the main focus is collecting the card collections that come out weekly, I think there are a lot of other really neat things to keep you playing. Playing with friends and family, for me, is very fun and rewarding, when you win of course. Playing daily for exercise and playing daily to rank up are all great ways to play too. And I don't know about you, but especially during the summer season, it's fun to just play a sport and take in your surroundings. The game is truly beautiful. The game area I like the most has to be the Chambara arena, especially when the platform edges drop and you have only a couple of swings to the water. I also have a lot of really fun memories playing soccer with friends and family, and even some streamers as well. I just have a lot of really funny memories. And this game is a really good game to stream. I don't know about you guys if you guys stream, but I usually just stream a couple of games, so having a game that, like an extra game that I can stream is awesome. I hope that you enjoy battling it out with friends, family, and even strangers in Nintendo Switch Sports for the Nintendo Switch. Sims 2 Castaway. Despite it being an older game, it's quite charming. You and your friends are on a boat exploring when a huge storm suddenly occurs and crashes the boat, making all the passengers land on different islands. In the Create a Sim portion, you get to create your sim along with your other friends as well. There are a ton of options, but still pretty good. When you awaken, you immediately start your search to find the basic necessities and explore the island before you. With over 5 different sections to explore just within the first island, you better get to work. And, just a little bit of advice for you, some piles of driftwood can appear on the beach and messages in a bottle can appear on the beach. They have some pretty funny messages inside. And, believe it or not, you have everything you need just on the first island to survive. For food, you can climb trees to pick some fruit, grab fruits and veggies off plants, spear fish in the pond and ocean, and clams from diving into the sea. There are plenty of ways to stay healthy and full. As for shelter, all your resources are at your disposal. Just grab some materials and go to the crafting table and get building. Oh, and don't worry about going to the bathroom. The island has your very own green stall and fresh toilet paper readily available for all your accidents. And sleeping on the sand, under the stars, as the waves beat against the rocks, it's very calming and beautiful. And this isn't just the only island that you can explore. Craft yourself a raft and let's get exploring. From a very tropical island to a crashed plane, a cave, many cliffs, to an island with an active volcano and ruins to explore, there's lots to uncover. I hope that you cover a lot of ground and uncover lots of secrets in Sims 2 Castaway. Kirby the Forgotten Land, although it may not be the most summery game out there, it still holds a very special place in my heart. You play as Kirby, who crash lands onto a very tropical beach after getting sucked into a dimensional vortex and sent to an entirely new world. Being the first open-world Kirby game, everything looks and feels so much different than any other Kirby experience. The first world you get to travel to is a post-apocalyptic city, which is overgrown in lush green ivy and grass, colorful flowers and weeds, and many enemies to beat. The first world that you explore, I think, is probably one of my favorites in all the Kirby games ever. It has a bit of a tropical vibe to it, it has a post-apocalyptic city, and a bit of a jungle vibe as well, if I do say so myself. I really feel like it mixes one of my favorite Nintendo games, Kirby, and The Last of Us with this post-apocalyptic city, and I just absolutely love it. I think it's so beautiful. Along the way, you have many wildies to save, and by doing so, they ask you if you can help them build a little town for them, since they only know Kirby in this strange post-apocalyptic world. And of course, we cannot forget your cute companion who aids you throughout your journey, a blue creature named Eflin. One of my favorite worlds besides Wanderia Remains is Ever Bay Coast. And if you couldn't tell by the name, Everbay Coast is a very, very tropical world to explore. The ocean waters glisten in the sunshine, the island is very overgrown and beautiful, and you can even see all the sea creatures below in the water. If only you could dive down to see the sea creatures closer. How I can dream. And of course, since this is a post-apocalyptic world, you have a bunch of little structures in the water that makes it a bit of like a mechanical vibe to it. I don't really know how to say it, not pronounce it. I think it's really, really, really pretty and has a overgrown post-apocalyptic vibe to it, while it's still a tropical island to explore. And like all the worlds, there are so many hidden items and waldies to collect. Even after you complete a level, you can still see just how many hidden items there are. In total, there are about 7 worlds and many things to collect in each one, but the game isn't just about levels, it's also about the Waddle town. Over time, you complete more levels and save more Waddle Dees, more things start popping up in the town. One of my favorite mini-games, fishing, is such a charming and cute addition to the game. And since this game is in the summer category, I think that it suits the game. There's even a second level to the Waddle town that'll appear later on into the game, which holds a coliseum and some cute mini-games. There are a lot of secrets to be uncovered, so I hope that you enjoy playing Kirby and the Forgotten Land on the Nintendo Switch during the summertime, or just any time really, with friends, family, or even yourself. There were a lot of things in this little section that David mentioned, so if you want to go and play for yourself, just buy it. It's only $60 and it's a very, very, very fun time. Definitely worth it. And the last stop on this very tropical adventure, Stranded Deep. Much like Sims 2 Castaway, start on a plane as you're leaving for a business trip when suddenly the plane crashes to the water. You then have to use all your strength to pull yourself out of the water and get yourself on a lifeboat. But just as you're about to grab on, the storm takes you away. When you awaken, you're still floating in the water and an island is in sight. You have to get onto the island and try and complete the objectives the game gives you. But the only issue is you have to worry about your hunger, thirst, infections, and sunstroke. So you have to go fast. And unlike Sims 2 Castaway, you don't have much to eat or drink. Just crab, fish, limited fruit, and coconuts. Lots and lots of them. And if you didn't already know, coconuts give you diarrhea and can also make you vomit, which can definitely decrease your chances of surviving on this island, especially in the early stages. When that happens, everything decreases rapidly, which makes it say even drinking or eating fresh fruit or drinking fresh water from the ocean, it doesn't really help that much. Once you build a shelter, though, you can then sleep and save the game, which is most definitely a necessity. And just a little side note, one of the very major features of this game is to craft. There are a bunch of things that you can craft, like a water basin thing, so you can get fresh water from the ocean. There's a campfire, houses that you can build, and so many things to craft. So crafting is definitely a very big portion of the game. And once you go through the necessary materials you have on your main island, it's time to go explore somewhere new. Whether it's a shipwreck or an entirely new island, there's always something new on the horizon. If you enjoy somewhat stressful but fun survival games that leave you on the edge of your seat, then head on over to Stranded Deep. Well guys, after taking many different ways of transportation, from a seaplane to a plane, private jet, a lot of boats, a strange hovercraft, a lifeboat, and a dimensional vortex, I think it's about time I headed home. No, but seriously though, all jokes and script aside, I just want to say thank you for supporting me on my journey throughout every single video that I do. This has taken me so long, and it's very, very, very rewarding to actually have it finally done. It's so great, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you found many different games to play over the summer with friends, family, and yourself. I've said that a lot. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the support, and thank you. Enjoy all the tropical vibes. Bye! Love you guys.